Do you ever feel like you're living in the eye of a storm? All around you, chaos seems to be increasing. In the natural, there are wars, rumors of wars, sickness, economic uncertainty, political turmoil, and an all-out assault on traditional values. In the spiritual realm, the forces of darkness seem to be growing bolder and more aggressive than ever before. It feels as though the very foundations of society are shaking, and the future looks more uncertain than ever. In the midst of this maelstrom, many believers are wondering what it all means, where we are headed, and how they can best navigate these turbulent times. What if I told you that the answers you seek might be found in an ancient practice that is more relevant today than ever before? A practice that was once reserved for a select few, but is now needed by every believer, a watchman. But wait, you might be thinking, aren't watchmen found only in the pages of history books or the Old Testament? How can something so antiquated have any relevance for me today? And why does it matter anyway? Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever stood on the ramparts of a medieval castle alongside its stalwart defenders, watching anxiously as an invading army approaches? Have you ever felt the weight of responsibility on your shoulders as you realize that the fate of the kingdom could depend on your vigilance? If you have, then you know what it means to be a watchman. And if you haven't, then I'm here to tell you that you need to start learning. Because today, every believer must be a watchman on the wall, ready to sound the alarm when danger approaches and to stand firm against the forces of darkness. Why? Because we're living in perilous times, times that call for spiritual giants, not shrinking violets, times that demand courage. We Lions explore what the Bible has to say about our role as spiritual sentinels and how we can best prepare ourselves for the challenges that lie ahead. So if you're ready to take up your post and join the ranks of the heavenly host, then make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss a single episode. In the turbulent times we're living in today, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and even hopeless at times. But the Bible reminds us that we're not powerless in the face of evil. In fact, it calls us to be active participants in the fight between good and evil. This is where the concept of the watchman comes in. In the Old Testament, watchmen were stationed on the walls of cities to keep an eye out for danger. They were the first line of defense against invaders, and their job was to sound the alarm and rally the people when danger was near. Similarly, we too are called to be watchmen and women on the walls of our communities, sounding the alarm when we see evil approaching and standing ready to resist it with the weapons that God has given us. So what exactly does it mean to be a watchman today? What are the signs of evil that we need to be looking out for? And how can we effectively sound the alarm in a world that is often resistant to the message of the gospel? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into these questions and discover what it means to be a watchman in today's world. It's no secret that the world we live in today is full of distractions. Every day we're bombarded with news, social media posts, and other forms of entertainment that compete for our attention. It can be tough to stay focused on what really matters and to make time for things like prayer and studying the Bible. But as watchmen, it's crucial that we don't let these distractions get in the way of our spiritual responsibilities. In Isaiah 62:6, the prophet tells us to, "Watchman, what of the night? Watchman, what of the night?" This passage reminds us that we must be ever vigilant and ready to respond when the call to action comes. In a world that's full of distractions, it can be easy to tune out the voice of God, but we must make every effort to stay tuned in and ready to act when the time is right. So how do we do that? First and foremost, we must make time for prayer and Bible study. By spending time with God, we can hear His voice and discern His will for our lives. We can also cultivate a spirit of wisdom and discernment, so that we can recognize the signs of the times and understand when evil is afoot. Finally, we must remember that we're not alone in this. The body of Christ is vast, and there are countless other watchmen and women who are also standing guard. By working together and sharing our insights and perspectives, we can cover more ground and have a greater impact. We hope this video has inspired you to take up your post as a watchman and sound the alarm when evil is afoot. Remember, you're not alone in this. There are countless other believers who are also standing guard. By working together and making time for prayer, Bible study and fellowship, we can cover more ground and have a greater impact. Don't be afraid to speak up and share your insights with others. Your voice may be the one that rallies the troops and turns the tide against evil. So get up, stand up, and take your place on the wall. The world is watching and waiting for the heroes of faith to arise and make a difference. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and until next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you always.